Hey guys, welcome to FIFI TV. It's Sophia Campbell back at you with another video. So today's video is one that I mentioned in my hey guys, like I'm not alive. I am alive, not dead video. This will only really be helpful for a few of you. This is for the performing company and tiny company of Carolina Dance Capital. This is for their makeup and hair for their performance. So I'm here to teach you guys how to do it so you can always have me propped up while you're doing your makeup, or just watch beforehand, whatever works best for you. So if you want to watch this video, keep on watching, just for fun. It's just a makeup tutorial, so you can even use this tutorial if you want to do your own makeup. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. It's super simple, super easy, so don't stress. I'm gonna take my matte poreless foundation by Maybelline. I just love it for when I dance. It doesn't sweat through, it doesn't break through. It's matte. Make sure any foundation you use for competition, you wanna get matte. So your kid is already gonna be sweaty, or you're already gonna be sweaty. So you wanna make sure that you don't have a shiny forehead, because with those lights, she'll be shine like a star from the night sky. So make sure you have matte. So this is the matte, I'll link everything below, but I'm using the Matte Fit Me foundation by Maybelline. So for my foundation, I usually take a brush, a foundation brush. You can use a beauty blender sponge or any kind of sponge. I like to use a brush just cause, I don't know. I used to use a sponge and I moved to a brush. Probably go back to a sponge. I mean, it doesn't matter. Sometimes I'll use a sponge if I don't have a brush by me. They work both the same. So I like to put on my foundation first. I kind of just layer it on, put it all over my face, little by little, and then just keep putting it on, because if you put too much on, it's hard to get it off. If you put a little bit, it's easy to put more on, I always say. Start little and work your way up. So that's easy, just foundation. Next, I take my concealer. I would say, even if your kids are young, use concealer. If not, it's totally your preference. Just with a bunch of makeup on and the blush that you're gonna see, it's gonna kind of intensify this so much that no matter what, you're gonna look like you have dark circles like I do right now. It won't ever hurt you to put concealer on. So I just put a little bit here. Mine is super white because I really like to brighten my under eye. You don't have to do this, it's just a habit of mine. Don't worry about what I'm doing, but just under the eye is fine. I also, when I blend it in, I kind of move it up to my eyeball, not eyeball, like eyelid, because it kind of acts as a primer so that that mascara can really stick, not mascara, goodness gracious, that eyeshadow can really stick really well. Nice and smooth. Next, we're gonna set the face, so just nothing moves. I use a whole, today I just grabbed a random one. This is CoverGirl's powder, just clean professional translucent powder. Just a big fluffy brush, not too much, but just enough to kind of make sure it's not moving around and easy to come off. This will also just help it not come off in costumes. We are gonna go ahead and move into eyebrows first. So eyebrows, my mother always preaches this about some eyebrows. If you see her competition, she will most likely comment on your daughter's eyebrows or your eyebrows. Make sure you fill in them eyebrows. Even if you have black hair with black eyebrows, fill them in. If you have blonde hair, especially my blondies and my gingers, you need to fill in your eyebrows, because once those stage lights hit, they don't seem like they're that strong, but trust me, you will look like you are on stage with no eyebrows. Trust me, it will look like you don't have any eyebrows, and you don't want that amazing dance pic that the competition got and then you have no eyebrows, right? So just match the color of your hair or of your eyebrows. It can just be a brown. My eyebrows are brown, but I obviously don't have brown hair, so I kind of use like an auburn color. That's probably not the case for you guys, but it's just simple. I usually start in the middle of my eyebrow and have the darkest part on the outside, and then work my way in with the excess, so then the inner part isn't so dramatic and so you don't look mad on stage. So that's a good little tip for you. So yeah, I just kind of brings your face alive and, you know, just enhances it a little bit. Nothing is crazy in this tutorial, but it just enhances. Now for the colors. I was told that you guys are using purple and a cream. Purple, I don't know if they gave you an exact palette or anything. So I have this super cheap NYX NYX palette. It has, I'm sure you can find anything with NYX. They have literally everything super cheap. I'm not, like, it's so cheap. There's some purples in there. That works. I'll probably use, you know, I'm gonna use the NYX palette, so you guys trust me that this is a good palette, okay? Just because it's not the big dollar doesn't mean they won't do the job, right? So you always want to start big brush to small brush with eyeshadow. So this is my big, I don't know if it's focusing. My big fluffy brush. This is what I use for the lighter colors. So if your palette has like a lighter purple, start with this, and then when you get to the smaller brush, just start with the darker, because you don't want a full eye of dark. You want to make sure you contain that in a little spot. So here, I'm gonna go ahead, and honestly they're like the same. You can always start out, what I'm gonna do right now actually is I'm gonna start with like a neutral shade, just right there. I don't know if you can see, just like a super neutral shade. And just start always from the outside, don't work in and out because you don't want this part to be the darkest. But start out very lightly, I'm barely touching my face, and you just kind of stay in that little space. If you put like a little, like, you can kind of see where it separates from the brow bone and the lid. Now put your brush there, the eyeshadow will definitely go other places, but with the big brush, easy, and work your way little by little. Always start with little and keep adding more if you need to. So that when you see I'm kind of just free, careless, kind of just like putting it on there, getting something on my eye. Next I'm going to move to a smaller brush. So it's not that much of a difference, it's just a little bit smaller. And I'm going to go into the darker shade, the purple. And this, I'm going to start focusing it just a little bit more out. I'm not going to go all the way in. I'm just kind of staying out, if you see. Just out, and just blending it in. So the darker you go, you just want to keep, and then I like to put the darkest color, if you have like an even darker purple, right there, like it's like on your lid right here, but it's like just packing it in right there. So right towards the end of your eye, not really moving it too many places, just kind of bringing your eye all together, like so. And then at the end, and then at the end, if you want, you know, you can just get that big fluffy brush you start with the beginning, and just, you know, always just that motion side to side, side to side. If you want, I know there are some itty bitty babies, so, and I know their eyelids can be a little bit tiny, so obviously work with the brushes that will fit their eyes. I obviously have a little bit bigger eyes than most of them, but a good tip for them is, so I'm gonna use this as this is my eyeball. So you don't want to put the eyeshadow on like this. This is just a tip, because it will go everywhere. It will be not where you want it to be. But if you go on straight on, this motion is the best. So circles, side to side, everything needs to be straight on, head on. Now if you want to be more particular where you are, hold on close. If you want to just kind of blend it out, hold on to the end and kind of just let it loose. Those are my best tips for eyeshadow. I always add the end, like at the outside, it brings it all together. Next, and this is the smallest brush, I'm going to take my teeny weeny, this is a dense brush. So don't use a small like fluffy brush, like as like a fluffy brush. This is a dense brush where it's all together. But another thing, if you got purple eyeshadow all over your child's lid or your lid if you're doing your own makeup, a tip for me that I do is I take either a little bit of concealer or a little bit of foundation, just in case I feel like there's no way that white will show up with all that dark purple. So you could take a little bit, you could see I put a little bit of foundation on the end of my brush, and you just lightly dab where you're gonna put that shimmer. Then take the excess off of your hand, and then just kind of lightly blend to where you're gonna put that. So now you see exactly where that shimmer is gonna go. That's just an extra step if you made an oopsie. Just totally normal with that dark eyeshadow. So now I'm not sure what cream you guys are gonna be using. I don't know if they gave you the MAC that we used, but again, this NYX one comes with a shimmery eyeshadow, the creams all up here, then the darks. Like, it has everything. I'm gonna link this down below. It's the Smoky and Highlight palette, so that will work just fine. So, I'm telling you, you don't have to spend the big bucks. You just go to the good old Target. Pretty sure even like the super Walmarts have them. So once you do that, as you see, I only stayed, I kind of left that little space at the end. You don't have, excuse me, you don't have to do that necessarily. I like to because it kind of makes the eyes look bigger. But as you see, I stayed on the lid. So right where if you open your eyes and there's that line, you want to stay from the line down below, okay? For under eye, make sure you are doing under eye on your child, because if not, your child's eyes will look so squinted on stage. You want to see those eyes, and when they smile, especially when your eyes are already gonna squint, they will look so small. So make sure you put something down there. I'm just gonna go in with the first color I use, that kind of neutral shade, with the small dense brush, another small dense brush. This is the difficult part. Just have your child look straight forward, not even at you, and lightly graze that under the eye. So you can see already, like, it opened my eyes and it's like, hello, you know? So that is that. We're gonna move on to mascara. Mascara, choice of preference, all you. If you wanna stay with the cheap route, I like the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. It's super good. It's water resistant, and it, so when your kid is sweating or something, or she had a meltdown, or crying or something, it won't run. So honestly, I think it's like $8. Again, Ulta, Target. I know it's at Target because that's where I go to. So you can probably go to Target and get everything, from the setting powder to the foundation. There's some e.l.f. brushes that are amazing there. I used to have e.l.f. brushes, but I used them until there was one little thread in there. The NYX palette, everything. So okay, I skipped a step. So, eyeliner. This one, you don't want to be too thick, but you don't want it to be too thin where you can't even see it. Liquid eyeliner on babies, good luck with that one. You could probably use a pencil. I haven't used a pencil in years, so I don't own any. But very simple. If you want a trick, again, I always start, the first swatch of eyeliner will most likely be the thickest, so I always start in the center, kind of like my eyebrows, and work my way in. Do not do a full-on wing. We don't want that winged look and the super long, no. We just want, if you want to, if not, just end it. But what works for me and works for all the babies' makeup that I do and everything at the studio is we always extend it out just a little bit, not a lot. You see how tiny that is? It's so tiny. It's just to kind of, again, open the eye. We want those eyes to look open, because those stage lights, the bright lights are ready, the girl's gonna be squinting and then smiling. It's just their eyes are gonna be closed at that point. So make sure we're just trying to open the eye as much as we can. So that's the top. You can, with your child, it's always sometimes a struggle. To do the bottom, I would do, along with a little bit of eyeshadow. Again, it's always to make those eyes look bigger. I would say, for you guys, take a black eyeshadow and a black pointy brush. Just dip it in there a little bit, get it nice and coated, and just lightly and very tightly go over that eyeshadow. But don't bring it in all the way. You don't want to go all the way in to the very inner corner. That won't look too good. As easy as that. Now we can go to the mascara. Skipped ahead before. But easy, just simple mascara. Have the girls blink or put it on themselves. So I did the mascara off camera because I'm sure you guys know how to do mascara. If not, then I apologize. But it's easy, just blink and blink and blink. I know it looks a little bit dramatic right here in front of you, but again, like on your child, We always say you'll probably look like a clown in front of you, but on stage you'll look normal. Because if not, you'll look like you don't even have a face and face features. And I say that before this next step because a lot of people are like, wow, that's a lot of blush. We're gonna go into our blush, and people, I'm telling you, you will not regret putting this much blush on your child when they come off stage and you just saw them on stage. So I just take a fluffy brush, again, it's from Morphe. You can probably find one from e.l.f. This is just my personal one that I customize. You can find blush anywhere, honestly. Probably by NYX as well. So dab that in. What I always do is I start from the top of the ear, okay? So have your kid do the kissy face. Even sometimes I do it as well. Don't be embarrassed, it's super silly. But you want to do your kissy face, and you're going to follow that cheekbone line, kind of contouring with your blush in a way. So you go from the ear, and you kind of stop right where that cheekbone is, right under that cheekbone. You don't want to go all the way to their lips. That will not be the look that we're looking for. But so go from the top of the ear and in. So as you see, I have a bigger brush. I usually use for competition a denser brush, but this is just my regular one. So I'm gonna start up here and blend it down. So you always want the strongest part to be towards your ear, and you just blend it all the way down, like so. Easy. Don't be shy with the blush, I tell you this now. But make sure you're blending it so it's not just one like straight line. So as you see, it's going down, but it's not just one straight line. But again, it's not all over my side of my face. And again, also it's kind of like contouring in a way. You're gonna put it just on the forehead to give the forehead some light. You can even dap the nose a little bit and your chin if you want. But the main two places are your cheeks and your forehead. Next, you guys are gonna have the cherries and the snow. This is from forever ago. I don't even know if there's an expiration date on this because this is old. Lip liner. This is the Boutique lip liner in the shade Auburn 714212. That's what I've always used since day one. It's from this lipstick to the lipstick I wear now for competition. You need lip liner. It's just another thing my mom always preached about. Just to outline the lips and kind of give that effect. Have your kid make either like a smiley face or kind of do this little number or like that. Whatever works best for you. So yeah, if you saw that took like 2 seconds, this lip liner is the best. It's just so creamy, goes on right away. No worries with that one. Here, lipstick, just dab it on. But yeah, so this is the final look. The purple eyeshadow, the cream eyeshadow, the mascara, the eyeliner, the blush, the everything is included in that. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And yeah, so we're gonna move into our hair. If you need to watch that, keep on watching. If not, you can go ahead and click off. Okay, everyone, so we are back. We just did the makeup, and here is, I'm not saying we're back because you haven't moved, I moved. We're gonna move into hair now. And I know that the Tiny and Performing Company both have different hair to do, I believe. So I'm going to do the Tiny Company first. Right now I'm putting down the time for where the Performing Company hair starts. So you can go ahead and click to that time and skip ahead if you're a Performing Company. But for Tiny Company, hello babies. Those are to the babies, the little babies. Hello moms as well. Please don't judge my super old, it's kind of like a superstition I have to have this donut, but this is the donut that I have. It is so not cute, right? It looks like, I don't even know. It looks nasty. But if you're looking at what the donut looks like, it looks like so. This is when I used to have blonde hair. If you didn't know I had blonde hair, I did. So a little fun fact. But this is the donut. Donuts you should have according to the size of your child's hair. I would say this one is the ideal size, my brown one. This one is a little even too big. You don't want the bun to be huge, and again, that will not help you do your daughter's hair as well. So I would say make sure you get this size. Don't get the teeny weeny ones either. Those are like the teeny ones. This is the perfect size. It's kind of in between. So look for that in between size. It's perfect for all hairs. For the actual bun, I don't know if you could see these. This is the type you need. This bobby pin is a lifesaver. So what you're gonna see, this is such a bad donut. What you're gonna see is when you do it, you're technically gonna get in here, in that donut, and then in the hair, and then you're gonna push it in between, this is where the hair goes, in between where that hair tie is. So I'm gonna do it, you'll see. But you want the big ones, okay? And they come in all different sizes. I would say the big ones are the best. The small ones work as well. Always get the ones with the balls on the end. For my babies, I know for a fact this will hurt them. I know it hurts me. These are the ones without the balls on the ends, and it's super, super, super sharp. So I would be careful with those. These come in very big jars. Just make sure you find those little balls on the end. These come in a packet. So those are those bobby pins. You can find them all different sizes, all different colors. And then for, I don't know if you guys are wearing hair pieces or not, but this is just a generic bobby pin that I would use for your hair pieces. I'm not sure exactly what you guys are wearing, but that is that for the brushes. My stuff is all so dirty. I just had nationals a couple weeks ago and I still have not cleaned them all. So excuse the messiness of all of my products. But this is the old man brush, or we call it the smoother brush, old man brush, or whatever you call it. You've probably seen these. It's the tight bristles, super, super tight. You don't want them too loose or you're not gonna catch any hair when you go back. So this is basically what I said, it's smoother brush. It smooths that hair out. You see how smooth that is going down? And if you use this brush, you're gonna see, you see how you see those like lines? You don't want those at all. So you want to only use this. Don't use that hair brush to brush it back. You're gonna have those lines and you're never gonna get a bump to go away. So make sure they're nice and slick, all that good stuff. Next we have our gel. I use, and I've always used, the studio has always used from day one, the Herbal Essence Spray Gel. It is the best. It says there's like little numbers 1, 2, and 3, and 4. The spray gel is number 3. Comes this little bottle right here. I'll link it down below as well. It's so good. It holds it in for long periods of time. It does not irritate skin, like your scalp. I have psoriasis in my scalp and it doesn't irritate me at all. So if you're worried about it itching or burning or anything, it's not going to, because if my I have very bad psoriasis. So if my psoriasis can survive it, I think your child's head can survive it as well. It smells very good as well, so it's very good. The next thing to top off your hair at the very end is the hairspray. This big old bottle right here. This is like it's a little level 4. It's nice and big. Again, just to lock in the hair at the very end, which you're gonna see me do. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I like to just brush through my hair a little bit. If your hair is tangly, go ahead and brush it with a regular brush if you need to. We always preach about hair needs to be dirty as it can be at least. It's just the best way for the hair to work with you. You know, if it's all soft and all clean, it's gonna slip out of your hands and go one way and not the way you want it to go. Also, if you have curly hair like me, I have super curly hair, super curly hair. I always straighten my hair, hence why it's straight before I do my hair, because it will be so hard to get those lumps and bumps out if you have curly hair. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip my head down. So my hair is on top of my head at this point, and this is probably where I'm gonna be for a hot minute. So you just keep spraying that hair, spray. Don't be shy with it at all. It's always better to do more with the hairspray than less. Opposite of the eyeshadow. So you just wanna pull that hair up super tight. I basically did that same thing you saw me do like 2 seconds ago. Was just basically using the smoother brush and smoothing it. And then I got those tight, brand new hair ties out. But I like to use 2. You see I use 2. It just keeps it locked in. I'm doing this pretty quickly, so I do have a couple lumps and bumps, but you'll probably have a lot more time than I do. So now we get to the funsy part. Make sure your high bun is not too far back. This is even a little bit too far back. I've always struggled to get it on top of my head. It likes to move back from me. But you want it to be like a little bit more up than I do, okay? So make sure you're not doing it too far back where it's at the back of the bun here, or back of the head here, or you know, you always want it up, up, up. So now I'm gonna get my handy dandy crazy looking donut bun maker, and I'm just gonna swoop that through like a good old hair tie, just once, not twice, not 3 times. You're just gonna let your hair kind of fold over it. So you can use a brush and brush it all around to make sure none of that donut is showing. So like so. From here, you are not, I cannot move my head to really emphasize this, but you are not going to take a hair tie and go like this over it. That's the big no-no, okay? Here is the good old secret that you can use. So you can part it wherever you want, but I parted it right there. And you're gonna take it, scoop, you're gonna press this down with your other hand and scoop it under and move it to the side. So the same thing, I don't know, sorry, here, scoop it under. Again, scooping it under, scoop it under. Again, you're just scooping it all the way under, and then you're like, wait, I have it all covered, but I have this tail piece. So again, press that down, take that tail piece, and bring it all the way under, 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 under. So she is hidden, just like so. It's just that simple. You can watch that in slow-mo if you need to. So yeah, that's what this looks like. Then from there, you take your bobby pins. Again, you grab a little bit of hair and you're gonna push it in and make sure you find where that little, you'll feel it, the little hair tie. Bring it in, another one, same thing, all the way around. You go, go, go. Still, at the end, you are not gonna put this hair tie. You can put as many bobby pins as you want. You're never gonna put this hair tie around it. That is a no-no. Then from there, you do a good old spray. But this is how you do the tiny makeup here and the hair here. So thank you so much for watching, and maybe stick in for the outro. I don't know. But you are all good, my tinies. So now we're gonna go ahead and jump into this video. So with that same old man brush that I had earlier, I'm going to show you how I usually do my middle part. So I start with my nose. I know I kind of have one now, but that's still not straight enough for competition. So you want to start with your nose because that's technically the middle of your face. So I always start, I know you look super crazy doing this, and you go up, 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 trying to stay in that straight line. So it's definitely that middle part, super straight. And then you're gonna douse your hair in that Herbal spray gel. Just douse it in there, don't be shy, you know. So then you're gonna start smoothing it back. And I'm about to turn around in just a second. But here is the trick. You don't wanna pull the hair back this way to do your low bun. You wanna kind of graze the face, then go behind the ear, show them ears off. So it's kind of making that like shape and shaping your face to go behind your ear. Again, you don't want to go back. You want to go down and then around your ear and then brush from there. Kind of make it into that ponytail. Now here, the ponytail, you don't want it to be in the middle of your head up here. So that will also help you with this. So this, you want to make sure it all just goes down. Down, down, down towards the back of your neck. But make sure you leave a little bit of room because this is going to go there. And if you won't be able to move your head back if it's too low. So you want to smooth that brush all the way back. So again, you just want to pull it super, super tight. So smooth. No lumps and bumps whatsoever. Then I usually take 2 hair ties at a time. 2 at a time. Not one at once and the second one after. 2 at a time makes it the tightest. Depending on your hair thickness, I for competition will do a 3rd one, but that's after. So I do 2 and then 1. I have these annoying, like I think they're just broken hairs that just come down in my face. So make sure, like in competition, I would spray this. You don't want to see these pins here. You know, it's just not. It just breaks away that smoothness of your hair, I guess. So, as you see, I'm going to wrap this around like a hair tie, but only once. Not twice, not 3 times, but once. And then I'm gonna go down to put it on my head. I'll turn to the side for this so you kind of see what I'm doing. But I go down and I spread out my hair. And then sometimes you'll have to use that smoother brush to really evenly spread it out. So you want to kind of cover, make sure you're covering all the donut. And from here, you do not, I want to look at you guys, but I can't right now, but you do not want to get a hair tie and put it over, and I'll show you why. So that will just ruin the entire look, and then you're also going to have that lap of hair going around the bun, and that's not super cute. So I'm going to show you a way to not have that happen. And so from here, you're going to kind of part it. You see I'm parting it where you see that donut a little bit. And what you're going to do, I hope you can see this. This is so difficult. But you're going to scoop it. And you're going to scoop it and pull. Scoop it, pull. And then you just keep moving that hair so the donut doesn't show. Scoop it and pull. My donut is falling apart, obviously. Scoop and pull all the way. You know, there might be some donut showing the first time, like me. Just kind of tug at the hair. I'm not sure how that's looking back there. And then again, you want to take that bobby pin and you just want to kind of grab the hair and stick it in. You're going to feel that hair tie, and that's where you know you're in the good place, because you want to get that all the way locked in with the hair tie. And like that, I'm sure like it's probably deformed right now. Even when you're done, you still don't want that hair tie around your bun, because it will just kind of squish it all together and not make it look the way we want it to look. So I'm really not sure how this looks. I hope it's good, because if not, then I will be that perfectionist and redo it. But here's what the bun looks like. You're gonna have a little hole in the center, and you're just gonna see that smoothness of it going around and not just straight down with that hair tie. So that's exactly what it should look like. But yeah, so that is what the makeup and hair looks like, and I hope the Tinies have joined us at this point to say our goodbyes to each other. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I hope it was helpful for you and for everyone else in the future. But yeah, so I hope this helped you guys. Just simple, easy makeup and hair. I'll link everything down below so it's super easy for you to find it. I'm sure everything is at Target. Good old Target never disappoints. But yeah, I think that's all we have to do for this video. If you have any questions, anyone, please, please, please do not be afraid to ask, okay? I can make another video answering your questions as well. I'm super flexible with all that. I'm very good at getting back to you guys. Yeah, just let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. And good luck if you're competing. Bye, guys!